On April 2, 2025, the world watched as President Trump announced sweeping new tariffs on a vast array of goods. These tariffs, set to take effect on April 5th, represent a significant escalation in protectionist trade policy. A universal 10% tariff will be levied on all imports, with additional targeted tariffs impacting specific nations. These range from 32% on Indonesia to a staggering 50% on Lesotho. This decision marks a stark departure from decades of global trade liberalization. The president, in his address, argued that these measures were necessary to protect American jobs and counter unfair trade practices. However, the economic and political ramifications of this decision are far-reaching and have sent shockwaves across the globe. The immediate aftermath of the announcement was a palpable sense of uncertainty and fear in the global markets. This move has ignited fears of a trade war, with many countries vowing retaliatory measures. The world holds its breath as the aftershocks of this decision continue to reverberate, leaving many to wonder if this is the dawn of a new era of economic nationalism. The reaction from global markets to President Trump's announcement was swift and severe. Key indices across the world plummeted, reflecting the depth of concern over the potential fallout from this decision. The Dow Jones Industrial Average plunged by 2.81%, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq experienced an even steeper decline of 4.06%. The S&P 500 wasn't spared either, shedding 3.39% of its value. This market response signifies a growing fear of a global economic slowdown. Investors are apprehensive about the impact of these tariffs on corporate profits and global trade flows. The uncertainty surrounding potential retaliatory measures from other nations only adds to the anxiety. Beyond the immediate market reaction, there are broader concerns about the long-term implications of these tariffs. Economists predict a significant hit to global GDP, potentially shaving off trillions of dollars from the world economy. The European Union, a major trading bloc, is projected to lose a staggering €750 billion, or $833.63 billion. The tariffs have also sent ripples through the energy and commodity markets. Oil prices have tumbled by approximately 6% as traders anticipate a decline in global demand. Conversely, gold, a traditional safe haven asset, has seen its price surge as investors seek refuge from the market turmoil. The specter of economic nationalism now looms large over the global economy. President Trump's tariffs, while framed as a means to protect American interests, have been interpreted by many as a retreat from globalization. This move has emboldened protectionist voices worldwide, raising concerns about a potential domino effect. Experts are divided on whether these tariffs will achieve their intended goals. Some argue that they will succeed in bringing back manufacturing jobs to the United States and reducing the trade deficit. Others, however, contend that they will ultimately harm American consumers, who will face higher prices for imported goods. The impact of these tariffs extends far beyond the United States. Developing nations in Southeast Asia and Africa, already grappling with issues like poverty and political instability, are particularly vulnerable. The tariffs imposed on countries like Cambodia, Laos, and Myanmar could stifle their economic growth and exacerbate existing social problems. The situation in Lesotho, a small landlocked country in southern Africa, is particularly concerning. With a heavy reliance on textile exports and a high rate of HIV/AIDS, Lesotho is ill-equipped to withstand the economic shock of a 50% tariff on its goods. The potential for social unrest and political instability in such vulnerable nations is high. The world stands at a crossroads. President Trump's tariffs have exposed deep divisions within the global community on the future of trade and globalization. The international response has been swift and largely critical, with many countries including China, the European Union, and Japan condemning the move and vowing to retaliate. The escalating trade tensions threaten to unravel the fabric of the global economy. A full-blown trade war would have devastating consequences, disrupting supply chains, stifling innovation, and jeopardizing global economic growth. It would also undermine the rules-based trading system that has underpinned global prosperity for decades. Beyond the economic implications, the rise of protectionism also carries significant political and social risks. It can fuel nationalism, xenophobia, and isolationism, undermining international cooperation and increasing the likelihood of conflict. This is particularly worrisome in a world already grappling with challenges like climate change, pandemics, and terrorism, which require global solutions. As the world navigates this uncertain terrain, the need for dialogue, cooperation, and a commitment to a rules-based trading system has never been greater. The alternative is a descent into a world divided, marked by economic conflict, political instability, and diminished opportunities for all.